totally. So this evening,
yes, will you tell us what you do? I mean, clearly you will tell us what you do, but can you give us a brief overview?
And also we're trying to launch the Equinox website. Sneak peek tonight, kids. And so, in theory, you can find me on the Equinox website map link, which is, I have to look it up. https://equinoxstudios.org/maps. And there's 5 of us on there, and it seems like a good opportunity, thank you for test driving it, to see if you can come and visit us. And the idea is, I think, as I understand it, that you are going to pop in on my laptop Zoom, and it's kind of like an open house.
Yeah.
You can't buy stuff like you normally would. You'd have to do that through a website. But still, I think it's really cool. I think it's a nice way to kind of get some exposure, see what artists actually do in their spaces. And
so if anybody watching this wants to chat with Sarah or ask her some questions after we pop out of here, you can log on to the
there, maybe
website and hang out on a Zoom with Sarah and talk some shop.
There you go. So what I am doing is getting ready for my holiday shows. The new school, which is where I went to university, the Parsons School of Design's umbrella school is the new school. And so they've just received their shipment, and a lot of my stores have already stocked up. And the last one I'm working on is the King Street Makers Market, which is like the darling of the design world. It's Jordan, who is Local Trove on Instagram. Seems like everybody follows her, which is really weird because she's just my friend. But she's awesome. I mean, I get it. And Sarah Hurt, who is Seattle Design Source, who a lot of the artists here are actually represented by.
Nice.
And they do a pop-up on King Street at Plank and Grain, which is a beautiful furniture place. And they give over their space for, it's usually 2 days in this, or 3 days, and this time it's 4. They're adding a day. You book a 30-minute appointment, and you go and do, like, it's become like a holiday tradition. It's 7 or 8 years old, the market now.
That's great.
So you go and you do your little holiday shopping, and it's all local makers, and it's all beautiful handmade, like carefully curated, like just very specific. They're very specific about what they do and don't want. They love solids. They don't like patterns. I love it. Like, so I'm working on their stuff, and obviously not entirely. Some of this is not theirs. In order to stock them in a week and a half.
That's great.
So it is a lot of figure eighting. So last time I showed you attaching handles, which I do need to do, but not going to bore you. I'm just going to show you the figure 8, which I think is really magic. And it's sort of another one of those like ceramic dumb simple that you're like, so
this is how the magic happens.
Right? And you're like, oh, wow. That's not fair. That's you working. So, and you know, the challenge with making stuff in clay is putting all the steps together. So my friend chastised me last time. She's like, you can't say that what you do is easy. It's not easy. And I'm like, well, but each step is easy. She's like, but it's not. I'm like, okay, well, putting the meal together is difficult, but you know, chopping onions is not.
That's a fair analogy, I think.
So, you know, each stage of chopping onions is kind of fun. So I'm putting 2 pairs of gloves on because these are really poor quality and they just don't last for 10 seconds. All you people wearing supermarket gloves when you go to the supermarket, you're taking away my tools. So canvas, wooden board wrapped in literally drop cloth, like painter's drop cloth. And I'm going to dip the booty of the cup in the hot water, do a figure 8, and then smooth it out. And what that does is give me a very flush surface.
Okay.
So that you don't have a wobbler. And then you'll see that the rim is pretty raw right now. And that's because it was cut with a knife and then left to dry until I got around to making time to do this. So I'm going to dip the rim, and I'm going to do the same thing. It's a figure 8. And the figure 8 means that you are lowering each side evenly. That's
That makes a lot of sense.
Giving you a clean rim. And then you don't want to leave any blue on the inside because that will tint, the inside of the cup will be white, and you don't want a blue tint in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then because these come from an older mold, you can see there's like little pimples on him. Just a few, maybe you can see them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So just give it a little love. And the pimples are gone. And then that's ready for a bisque. And I will be doing all of those this evening. And the dinner plates, the large serving bowls and the planters. That's a lot. That's that's what we'll be doing today. So, come and ask me questions on the Zoomaruma or whatever we're calling it, the Zoom map. And Sam Farizano was saying knock knock. I think he might be trying to come in.
It sounds like Sam Farizano is trying to come in. I don't know if you should do that, honestly.
I know, seriously.
That's dodgy right there.
Knock knock. Like, I don't know what to do with that. It only says there's me, so he may be knocking on another meeting.
He might be. We might have some weird Zoom settings going on. Yeah.
Weird technology stuff.
Yeah.
He's definitely not trying to come into this meeting. He might be trying to go into a different meeting. It's all quite complicated that I don't. Yeah, right?
Yeah. Nebulous.
Doing that.
Well, awesome. So, folks, if you're interested in getting a hold of Sarah Kay and any of her beautiful ceramics, we can. Could you show some of the stuff that's glazed?
Finished. Cool. Oh, look at you putting the prices out and everything. Amazing.
Just so you know, I just put up the link to the website. It's equinoxstudios.org/map is what we want to use tonight, and that will get everybody to a place to take a look and see the live Zoom studios and stuff like that. So you can kind of take a look through Equinox Studios that way.
Thank you, Tabasco.
Yeah, so if you want to hang out with Sarah, hop onto that link up there and find her. What's your studio number, Sarah?
203. So it is upstairs. There's a tiny little arrow at the bottom of the stairs that points up, and then you can find me. I'll be a blue square in 203.
And that's in the factory building.
That's the factory building.
Awesome.
Thank you, kids.
Thanks so much. It's always so nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys.
Yeah. And I'll take that mic back from you.
Oh, yeah.
That's astounding to me that we haven't left this with someone yet.
Amazing.
I know. There's still time. Or luck.
That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, roll safely. Where are you going next?
We are headed down to see Willem and Christina. Yeah.
Perfect.
I know. It's going to be good.
Big fella.
Thank you so much. We'll see you later. I hope you have fun with your Zoom.
All right. I will have fun trying to make it work.
I believe in you, Sarah. Thank you.
Bye, kids.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. It's miserably wet out there. Ugh. Look at that. Award of Excellence. How true.
Mm-hmm.
Students Grade Award of Excellence. All right. Popping back down the hallway.
Yeah. Doing some sanitizing here. As always, because, it's that time of life is sanitation importance.
We normally joke about safety third, but it's just not funny anymore.
Safety third applies to almost everything, except for condoms, driving while high, and pandemics.
You heard it here, folks. We could take a little breeze. So yeah, thanks. He was just going to do that work. Got some new pieces up on the wall here. COVID creations.
It's fantastic. Looking like some watercolors, and I'm really into this stuff. The kind of fractal collage. I don't know if there's a better name for it, but I really like these patterns.
Yeah, I do too. It's really pleasing, like the I'm not that kind of artist. So like the play with colors, I find really interesting. Like, how do you decide which colors go where? There's
Right.
there's got to be a secret.
Has to be.
What's the secret?
We may never know.
Over here, if you've never been here before, forklift, because every industrial studio needs a forklift. These are a bunch of prints of projects the Iron Monkeys have done over the years. The studio that we work out of, Tabasco shop, the blacksmith shop, is right back there. Lots of bangy metalworky bits.
Mm-hmm. I'm always a huge fan of this abstract work. It always pops up in this particular junction of the hallway.
Yeah, they're so big.
Mm-hmm.
Really massive pieces.
I wouldn't know where to begin to conceptualize a piece like this. Like in my mind, you just have to start throwing stuff in the wall and eventually it comes out. I feel
Literally.
like a lot of people have more of a plan than that. But I love it. If I had space, I would absolutely fill my home with these things.
Nice. And right behind us, before we turn down the hallway, is Edition Studios. These are printmakers, bookbinders, doing really oh, this is a good poster. When you go out, hide your smile for a while. So true. All right, shall we pop down the hallway and see what's going on here?
Let's do it.
Literally surrounded by art in this hallway. It is everywhere. So great.
Almost overwhelming. Not quite. It's whelming. It's pleasantly whelming.
It's whelming. It's not overwhelming, just whelming.
Mm-hmm. I've got some new, or looks like new, watercolors over here. Garfield. Some beautiful skulls.
Probably Christina's.
Absolutely.
Let's find out.
Hello. Hello.
We're gonna hang out in the hallway today, actually.
Let's do it.
Hang out in the hallway. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, please.
Hi.
We were just admiring some things in the hallway.
Yeah. Okay. First, please. Or should I? No, me.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my God, technically challenged. Hi, everybody.
No worries.
Oh
Let me
no,
help
how does
you.
this work? Okay, can you hear me? Oh, well, yeah, you guys can hear me. That was dumb.
Tabasco, can we hear him?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Beautiful.
I put up more watercolors. Some of these are.
I was just admiring those.
Oh,
So,
good. Yeah.
first of all, if anyone's watching who hasn't been here before, we're in Equinox Studios.
Oh, yeah.
You're an artist
Yeah, I'm Christina.
doing all of your
Hello.
space here.
You're at Photo Effects Studio and Gallery. Dylan and I
Excellent.
hang out here. We make all kinds of weird stuff. We love it.
Very cool.
Normally, I work with oil paint. So, but the pandemic has brought many changes.
Mm.
It just felt, I don't know, I just wanted to try something different, and it was small because we were stuck at home for a while. So
For
I was
sure.
like, oh. So I set these up. Some of them I think you guys saw last time, but I thought it was kind of fun because it kind of shows the progression of like how we moved through the pandemic, which I thought was kind of great. Like when I put them in like chronological order, I was like, oh, that got dark fast. So, yeah. But so I think I'm kind of done. Oh, and the reason I put all these up, which I really liked, was some of these I really don't like. And I thought that was really neat to see that, because I think sometimes people think that we just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we just birth these things like unicorns, but it takes, you know, like try after try after try, especially with
Absolutely.
watercolors when you can't fix things.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would be really fun to kind of put up, you know, like these three are almost exactly the same, but I really like this one is my favorite.
Okay.
But I thought it was really interesting to see me have these different iterations where I was like, how is this going to work? Like, how do I, you know, because you can only control so much of the water, and then the colors do very different things. And since I am just now doing more watercolor, you can't just throw the colors down and know exactly what it's going to do yet, which is
Sure.
fun. So, but everyone,
Fantastic.
I do love these.
They're really gorgeous. Yeah.
The only things about watercolor that I don't like, that I love about oil painting, is that watercolor is always more beautiful when it's wet.
Mhm.
Whereas like oil painting tends to keep some of that vibrancy. So if anyone is in the comments and can tell me how to like keep watercolors like kind of looking wet and vibrant, oh my God,
Okay.
hit me up. Teach me your ways.
Yeah, that's an
So-
interesting problem. I don't have an answer for you,
Right,
but
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so if anyone knows more, and everyone will be happy to know that we've moved on to birds now. We've stopped
Ooh.
doing paper. So I don't have any watercolor. I have a bunch of sketches.
Hmm.
So hopefully the next time we come through, there will be
100%.
some like birds. Because someone kept posting, one of our friends kept posting Emily Dickinson's poem about hope. Hope is the thing with wings. And it just kind of sparked. So I was like, oh, okay, let's move away from the paper boats at sea and into the,
Nice, yeah.
yeah. So I just thought this would be fun to
Very
see
cool.
what was going on.
Hmm.
Yeah, these are gorgeous. I really do love this paper boat series.
I do like those too. It was interesting to see me go from using so much graphite, like pencil, to just feeling confident enough to just laying down watercolor. So that's been kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the graphite really changes the way all the stuff with the water. I mean, it totally changes the way it works. So, yeah, that was fun. Kind of like, oh, it doesn't do the same. There's just so much to do, and I love trying new mediums. So this has been like really fun.
Right on.
It's interesting to see what it looks like through the camera versus what it looks like on the wall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man, as soon as everybody can come back down,
Yeah.
Right.
we'll put these out. So
Definitely want to do that. The colors are fantastic. This is great.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah, I always am a fan of the skulls and whatnot that you do.
You
Mhm.
guys, I love skulls so much.
As do we.
Yeah,
As do we.
so much, yeah. This one was set off because it was that whole real, like, when they were talking about, like, it's literally like when we swap air. And I was like, how do you not swap air? And I just felt like,
Mhm. Yeah, totally.
my presentation. Should I give
Right
my
on.
mic to Dylan unless someone has
Yeah, let's do it.
questions?
I'd like to ask if you
Oh, yeah.
have, if people are at home and they're like, hey, that looks great. Do these have a price? Is there, are these for sale right now? What's going on?
Oh man, everything's for sale.
I mean, anything for the right price, am I right?
Anything is for sale. You know what? I have not priced these out yet.
Sure.
I've just been kind of doing them. And so I'm sorry for anyone that's interested, but yes, things are for sale.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Hit me up. But I don't want to on the spot just give something away that I love without thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so then my question would be: is how do they just go to the photoeffects.com? Is that the best way to get in touch with you if they are interested in something?
Sure, yeah. Come on through.
It's like the video conference.
Yeah.
We're doing the Artwalk live.
Mhm.
Ah.
It's Artwalk right
The
now.
Artwalk right
Mhm.
now.
For real?
We're walking with art.
And
And I have a quality here.
Get.
All right.
Sneak.
Head on through.
Okay.
Yeah, our website is a great place. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we got on both
Oh
sides.
no.
You're
Such a better
trapped.
time. Our website is a great place to go, photoeffect.com, or our Instagram page. You can hit us up on our Instagram page.
Cool.
So, yeah, which is photoeffect_PDX or something like that. Just look up
Sure,
photoeffect.
sure.
So.
They're up on the screen right now. Just
Oh,
to,
amazing.
Be able to
Yes.
get a hold of you.
Everybody screenshot your screens.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Dylan,
Yes.
you're up. Do you want to put up? Okay. Oh,
And
don't turn it off.
right
Hit
here.
the power button.
Right here.
Yep, that's perfect.
Oh man, I'm handing you guys over. Get ready for a wild
Can-
ride.
Can you hear me, Tabasco?
right on.
Loud and clear.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Music stuff.
And we had this,
oh.
and now we have this.
Hey!
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
let's go.
right, where are
You
we
guys
going?
know that I do the photo transfers and abstracts like that one, and the other stuff.
Very nice.
But we decided to show you. We had a studio in Portland for many years, and
Go show them the.
yeah, well,
Oh.
so I
Let's
follow.
do it.
I'll be sandwiched
leading me.
between you two. Okay, so
I'm following you.
so this is. Oh, it says right here. This is what I saw for 8.5 years out of my studio and gallery window. So I would work. I had my table and everything set up, and I had my camera on a window sill, whatever, and I would anticipate people walking by. So this is across the street, okay? And our studio gallery was here.
Sure.
So I would wait for people. I didn't care, I didn't care. So I would just wait. And sometimes it got really, there's only one of all I have like how many? 33,000 or something? Millions. Anyway, there is one setup, but I won't tell you, but it's here, if you could guess. And there is one guy, actually, he pulled out his pee and started peeing. You can see it at 2 p.m. Like, and the people going to lunch or from lunch, they go, okay.
Can I interject here really quick? So for like 8 years, we would be standing in our studio talking, and literally mid-sentence, Phil would be like, wait, and he would just run to the window.
Because I
for
saw.
8 years, it was
Nice.
so annoying.
Yeah, like,
I wouldn't get any complete sentences.
yeah, well, you don't get that anyway. So anyway, why waste time? But some shots are just unbelievably cool, man. They're really, I mean, sorry, I'm blowing my own horn. I bring the whole orchestra. Anyway, so, but look at them, some of them, I mean, and we have so many. I swear, I could.
So we do
This is
wanna
like 20 feet or whatever.
We want to
20.
roll keeper this studio.
Yeah, we're gonna do one. We're gonna do one that we're gonna take everything outside the studio. We're gonna do this size. I like Polaroids, and this kind of reminded me. So anyway, the way I print them.
It so people can come in and experience that, like in person.
Yeah.
You just-
And it's gonna be one after another. I mean, everywhere, right? Even when I get out.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Totally.
And
Fully immersive.
yeah, like this. Obviously, this was what's that holiday?
4th of July.
4th of July. Yeah. Sorry, sorry, America, America. Anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like all these. Like definitely the trend of walking. Just like I'll point right here. Just the where is it? The feet kind of coming in and out.
Yeah, and obviously I wasn't interested in anything. Just the, like the hand. We all walk like stupid, right, on the street and looking down our iPhones or whatever, smartphones. And so many I have just like this one. People just go and they go, whoa.
Absolutely.
Wrong.
I love this series. I've looked at it so many times.
Like this one. Yeah. And of course, I have like the homeless people, of course, and everything. Sure. But that is one of those things, And this building is Pendleton, the mother shop, mother store, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this is the delivery warehouse or room. Yeah, and.
Are there any with the door open?
Yeah, there is one, but I don't have the UPS guy. What a character, what a great guy, and he delivered to us and to them and everybody, and yeah, So there is one that is a setup. I know they all look like, whoa, but there is one setup. And it's not the guy. We did not know. He has his thing in his hand.
I wonder if he knew. Did he notice, like maybe he was scoping you out, checking the window all the time, and then just thought he,
I have no idea. But he's peeing. I mean, you
It's
can,
an action shot.
and he kept going. When you do that, you go fast, so try to go. And
you don't just
this
kind of
guy
hang about.
just 2 o'clock. Just, I mean.
That's confidence.
But they were toilets in the park nearby, and some people do that. Anyway.
I love it. This is such a fun series. I look forward to when you do your whole studio.
We have to do it.
So many, yeah.
But I have so much. And it's interesting when that, I don't, I think when that person meets another person, and by their legs, right? Their feet, that one is going this way, but it's just, oh, thank you. That's perfect. Oh, yeah. No, it's good.
This is great. I'm so happy that you wanted to share this bit with us today. I wanted to know more of the story behind it for a while.
So yeah, 8.5 years. I mean, day after day.
Absolutely. That's a cool idea.
Fantastic. So everybody, next time you actually get the chance to be down at Equinox Studios, definitely come down and check out this hallway of art. Follow these more art signs. And take a look at all these amazing photos. It tells quite a story about people.
And there is one guy that people would come, lots of people would come to openings, and this guy says, "Oh my God, that's my boss." I forgot which. It was. Oh my goodness! Now I'm like lost, but I would recognize. I don't know where he is. Yeah, that guy says, "Oh my God, I have to tell my boss that's him."
That's amazing.
We don't know, but some of these people, like that old guy, there is one guy that an old guy, we don't know them personally, we don't know their names or anything, except one, and so this guy would walk by. This is the guy. This is the guy. Okay, and I have different shots, right? And it's interesting that he would walk there every single day, and so I have many shots of of him, but every day he looked little. I mean, he's old. Like when people say, "Oh, people don't change," no, people do change, because he's with a cane and he's hurt, and but sometimes he would walk faster, or the cops would go after him and he'd go, no. No. So, but that guy is a very, everybody has a little bit of a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like the guitar, this guy, bunch of guitar players and anyway.
Wow.
I'm talking too much, but I don't look at them, so I'm kind of excited because I'm like, and I did them. Oh, that's the guy. Okay, so I have him twice.
Oh, nice.
He's the only one on this wall that is twice. I think he's the only one.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the guy.
I still don't. I have not. Now that I've looked at everyone closely, but I'm still not sure which one is. Like
the setup?
Yeah.
It's a girl.
Okay.
It's this one.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. You want me to hold it?
Nice.
Nice.
Oh my
So that's a
God.
setup. She was here from LA or San Diego or something. On visit. I mean, in Portland on visit, and
Mhm.
you know, we know each other 20 years.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, these people are interesting. What do we call? What do you call those people again?
Like a janitorial
There is
janitors.
a
They were,
special name in Portland.
Here too, we call them like specialty cleanup officers, like biohazard.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
what they had a name, remember?
Something important. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more than like a street cleaner, but like.
Have we hit our limit? I feel bad.
Oh, sorry, we're talking too much. Yeah.
So will I. We love the company.
Yeah, now,
For
but
sure,
but
for sure.
you guys got me like I'm not like really okay. Voodoo Donuts, of course. You know,
Portland.
yeah. Voodoo.
There's some with like different seasons and stuff.
Yeah, and you know, I even have some in snow. Remember we got oh gosh, we got oh my god, we got so I mean we got serious snow then, like I mean like 3 feet of snow.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just looking.
Don't
Don't mind me. I'm just talking about.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's fascinating to hear. Like, you know, this is one of those classic sort of tales of how everyone has a story, even if no one's doing anything particularly interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean this is life. You know, passing.
Mhm.
They're passing us by, and they're in our lives, and we are in there, and we don't know. I mean, we don't know each other, right?
Exactly.
Or one another. And,
Very cool.
and they go after their business. You know, this guy is holding some.
Everybody is just going. Well, on that note, I think we should move on to our next
Thank you.
spot in Blackbird. It was wonderful to see you. I like the watercolors. You're great.
Thank you.
I
And
love the I don't know, imagination of all these people doing their things. Yeah, it's amazing. All right.
thank you.
Well, until next time, we will definitely. Will you guys be around for the December?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
we will be.
Exactly. So we'll be around.
So I'm going that way. I say
Well,
bye
I'm gonna
bye.
take your mic from you.
Oh, Mike, sorry. I'm like, hey, I wonder how much I
Sneaky.
can find.
Hey. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you so much.
Well, I was just gonna say, so the next spot we're going is the paper boat launch, over in the living room. So you know, make your way that way, but don't feel free to talk to us about where you're going right now, or what you're going past, rather.
We can do that for sure.
Hey Kay, we can't hear you because you don't have a mic.
Right. So
There you go.
interesting to have dance studios in the same building as machinists and blacksmiths. Really definitely shows the diversity of the types of art that go on around here. Then on the other side over here, we have Marianne's studio, the painter. Got a really, wow, these are beautiful. Got portraits here. Definitely saying their names in an artistic way. That's beautiful. Oh, so the artist here is Kate Thompson, apparently. Thank goodness for this sign here. I don't know you, Kate, but these are awesome. Yeah, we love Marianne. She's an excellent, excellent painter, very lovely person with a very nice dog. Works down here at Gage, which is a fine art painting school.
Always a lot of great like this kind of thing, classical figure.
What's happening down this hallway?
Like engineering put into art is what I'm picking
Sure
up.
does.
A lot of cool stuff.
Perspective work, maybe?
Oh, could be, yeah. It's pretty rad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would guess that VP is vanishing point.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. The VP is vanishing point. That makes sense.
Ooh. That's
I
well,
need
I can make a
ruler.
better scroll than that.
Yeah, these are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Guess this is what you study when you're learning how to paint. Whoa, terrifying. Oh, whew, scary. I'm very impressed with those people.
Very.
Yes. Oh, they've got some paintings up, actually. This is nice. All right, so yeah, here's some. We'll see if I can get something in good light. Yeah, these are beautiful. I love it when they get new pieces of art up. It's just such a treat to get to see this kind of skill on a rotating basis. And then behind us here is Illuminata. Julie does glass work and a lot of chandeliers, a lot of lighting fixtures. She's just badass. Really, really cool work. Some of it is massively huge. Some of it is more demure. But if you're looking for some really gorgeous local custom lighting for your house, Julie's your chica.
Always fun to see what she's up to.
Yeah, you can check out her site, which I think is illuminata.com, but you can Google it. They're smart people. All right, we're gonna go outside, which is terrifying because it's pouring.
Everybody brace. Cover up the technology.
Yeah. It doesn't sound as bad. Is it still really bad work?
It's not so bad.
Oh yeah, not too
Yeah.
bad.
Into the courtyard.
Woo!
Hey, you know what? My shoes are waterproof. Hey, how about yours?
Mine are waterproof.
Woo!
Yes.
Hey, good. Taking a nice damp stroll through the container yard here. Nobody seems to be at home, but I promise you, many cool projects are being made in all these tiny houses.
That was an excellent recovery, by the way, from not falling completely into the puddle.
You know, I do my best.
You did real good.
Puddles.
You did real good. All right, so we're heading up to the left here. Hi.
Going to a building that we don't visit as often.
We don't get out here as often, but we're going to head up to Paper Boat Launch.
This building is called the Living Room, and it's not the newest addition to Equinox, but it's not the oldest. Am I right?
That is correct. Hello.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you for giving us shelter from the rain.
Absolutely.
Here, hang on one second. I'm going to sanitize this little thing and hand you this mic.
bam.
Bam.
Sanitation, because safe.
Because safe.
Okay, your video seems to be playing. Or is it just because it's in your pocket?
Thank you.
I've not used this before, but I imagine this clip
You
is
got it.
efficient. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Good.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Well, I'm Work, and this is Kay.
Hi.
Hello.
You probably already know that.
I'm
Tell
Tiffany.
tell
Oh,
the
sorry.
viewers.
Yeah.
Tiffany, what are you up to?
I'm Tiffany Day. I'm a painter of oil paintings. I'm trying to categorize them in a quick, succinct way, and I don't, they're quite strange, as you'll see in a moment.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I also am just kind of trying to chase curiosity at the moment. And so that means a lot of different things in terms of the subject matter. But they're oil paintings. I saw that you guys were recently just talking about gauge. I studied at the Georgetown Atelier. So I went there for 3 years and then moved next door because I never wanted to leave. So I've been at Equinox about 5 years now. I'm actually an instructor over there as well now,
cool.
so it's like very fun. And yeah, I kind of took that classical training and then just tried to add curiosity to that, I suppose, are my particular subjects that I'm curious about.
I love that phrase, chasing curiosity. Thank you. I'll use that.
Sure, absolutely. One of the things I found when I was leaving school and coming into the world of professional art, where I wasn't given academic subjects to paint particularly, I was very confused about what I'm meant to do on a professional level. And there's that almost existential crisis. I say almost, but it was full blown, to be completely fair. Just on why I would paint and why people painted and why people make things. And Elizabeth Gilbert's novel Magic was very helpful to me. So any art lovers, everybody here is art lovers. If you haven't read that, it's really masterful, and it's, just kind of thinking about how art doesn't have to be products necessarily, but products of curiosity. And so that's where that sort of is coming from. So yeah, I would say these are my paintings, and my overall goals, aside from the one I've hammered on about in terms of curiosity, are to connect with people and to explore wonder and why we feel that sense of wonder and how it's almost like moth to a flame and why that happened.
Very cool. Very cool.
I think we definitely touched that wonder.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Yeah, none of them in particular are part of a series. These ones are pandemic created, so they're a little bit heavier in terms of that.
Sure.
And these aren't the originals, these are just prints.
Sure.
But
these are things you've made within the last 8 months.
sure, yeah, absolutely. And then this is the only series, these small ones here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called the You Are Magic series, in which I'd asked people to send me photos of themselves if they've ever felt any kind of other or less than in any capacity, because I really was starting, this is almost like incredibly personal to be saying on the internet, but I had a terrible relationship with myself, and as I started to heal that, I was starting to see other people's terrible relationships with themselves. And it was in the process of doing a self-portrait that took me 6 full weeks to complete, when I can do a portrait in like 4 days. That it was just like, oh wow, this is an incredibly large wall that I've built. That's fascinating. So I just wanted to sort of extend the opportunity for people to see themselves the way that I see them, and that's with quite a lot of magic. And so quite literally, the series is called You Are Magic for that reason. And the most beautiful part about the whole thing is that people trusted me enough to send me their stories alongside their photos. Oh, wow. And so I've just connected so much with people. It's by far my favorite series I've ever done. And this is a fraction of them. I still have hundreds and hundreds to paint. I try to do them in between projects and things like that. But that's kind of the gist of it.
I like it. Very cool.
Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm a big fan right now.
Oh, that's kind. Thank you.
And have you been in, you said you've been in Equinox for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Space most of the time?
It's been about 2 years here at Paper Boat Launch. And the really lovely part is, you'll see, because I believe you're going to come back here to Kevin next, is that there's 8 of us that share the space. Nice. And so we've recently expanded thanks to Sam and doubled our size. And so we have a really nice community. A lot of us have studied with Gage, and so that's cool. But yeah, we're all very diverse. like with mostly color and shape, and I am like very specific to the realism, and so that's very cool to have the diversity of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's, since I've been around Equinox, seems like one of the most, I don't know, worthwhile elements of a space like this is having the intercommunity between artists and being able to, maybe not even like technically help each other out, but like just always having other people as a reference and bouncing ideas off each other.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's fun to just have people to geek out with. I think that it's like when we are going, like Kevin found a frame the other day at an antique store, and he was like, we were just all standing there drooling about, in comparison to one particular piece. Like, that is the perfect frame, like just really fun. And not that I don't love all the other people in my life that are not specifically in art, they just don't care so much when I like about maybe talking about a frame for 20 minutes, fair enough, absolutely. But yeah.
So we've got your information up on the screen right now. So if folks do want to get a hold of you, they should absolutely reach out. And
yeah, that's great. I have the shop up on my website, so everything here is really listed, and so yeah,
that's great. Support local arts, people.
Yeah, for real.
That's real deal.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
I am definitely checking out your website.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
The mix of like, and I think you were saying like the wonder and the whimsy with such a classic form of painting is just absolutely stunning.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm really excited to see more of what you do.
Cool. Yeah, cool. That's the next piece. It's like underpainting in bright fuchsia. I'm very excited. It's going to be like a turquoise painting, but
wow.
I never painted a portrait that big. I'm kind of nervous, but I recently did one where it was just as big as my thumb, or my fingernail was the whole portrait size, and I had never painted anything that small, and so now I'm like, okay, we're going to go the opposite direction, and so we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to have to paint her pores in and stuff. That's how big the painting is. Like, crazy.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't do
that. Will you be around next month?
I do hope so, yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah, you do the whole series, I hear, so.
Yeah.
It'll be great. And speaking of, the holiday season and everything, so my family loves to give gifts, and we're all spread around across the country, and usually just say, give me a gift certificate to whatever it is, an online
Target
store, a hardware store, or something. I am going to, and I encourage others to give gift certificates, quote unquote, for art, because art is something that, working person, I don't have as much money for as I want.
Right.
But if I was gonna have money for anything, so I'm hoping that people will be able to trade around some cash for some artistic value.
Yeah,
some
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And we're spending more time in our homes, right? So why not put some things that are like beautiful reminders instead of like the dreaded live, laugh, love.
Right. Never good idea. Yeah, I had a roommate who recently moved out, but had a does wine count as a serving of fruit above the stove? It's like, I was so happy to see that go.
Yeah. Oh, that's quite fun. Yeah. Like, okay. All right. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So we're heading back now?
I believe so. Yeah. I think Kevin was next. I didn't want to like tell you.
That is correct.
But that's probably logically, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well,
it was
sure.
Good to see you. I'll let you hand that to Kay. And so we each still have a mic.
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So excited to see your work. Thanks so much for inviting us in. Oh yes. Signs of the time.
Ooh, this It's not a meeting. Who are you?
Oh, hold on, we need that other mic because I can't hear you, Kevin.
Hang on 1 second.
Yep. We're gonna sanitize you a mic, and we'll be all set.
Ooh, we get singing too.
Do, do. This is a sanitation song. Do, 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 do.
Song of cleanliness.
Song, I like. Here?
Yep, anywhere safe.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Who are you? What do you do?
Kevin Cosley, painter these days, although I do drawings and paintings lately. I mean, I do a little bit of everything.
Sure.
On my website, there's like years of all kinds of experiments, but
Right on.
I'm also came through Gage too and stuff like for a few years I was studying there and yeah, just love the neighborhood so much.
Totally. Yeah.
Moved in with these guys.
Hard to move more than a couple doors away.
Yeah.
Right on.
So there was a lot of figure, learning to draw and paint. Okay. But toward the end of that,
The audio's
and I was
cutting out a little bit.
how they were going to go. I keep expecting the figure and abstract are going to come together in my stuff, and it is. Figures are starting to pop out in things, and like this one, there's a figure in there somewhere. So, we'll see what happens, but I never really know exactly what's going to happen when I start painting. So
For sure.
it's not necessarily up to me. I'll have a plan, but when I start painting, it takes off on its own.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very nice. So how long have you been in this studio?
It's been I moved in, I was getting ready to move in when COVID hit, so I moved in, but then I haven't been here all summer when the weather was nice. I was just painting outside.
Sure.
But now, there's enough room. There's only 3 of us in here, so, we got ventilation and filters, and we each got our own space. We can be like 20 feet apart from each other.
That's not so bad. So this is all oil on canvas mostly, or what's your?
Yeah, oil on canvas and panels. When I moved in here, these guys are painting on a lot of this kind of panels that you make signs out of. So it's kind of this ACM. It's like aluminum on the outside with something like they clad buildings with it. They make signs out of it.
Gotcha.
So, and this one's actually an acrylic. This would be perfectly happy outside in the rain or whatever. So,
Nice.
yeah, and the same with this one up here. That spray paint. I was playing around with trying to figure out what I might do outdoor works in, or murals, or.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for a building that'll let me. I'll start looking for a big wall.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right time to be doing that. It seems like more and more buildings in Seattle are
Yeah.
looking for mural on the outside. So there are still a lot of buildings in Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, the murals don't last forever.
Right, exactly.
I remember when I did that one, thinking that would be great for a big, like 2 or 3 story thing to blow up on something.
Very cool. And so a lot of what we're seeing here might be found online or might be for sale, kind of thing.
Yeah, some of a little bit of this is already sold or spoken for, and I do plan. So you'll be available, but some of it. But yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
But,
Very cool.
probably, well, especially because people aren't able to come through here as much. I probably sell most of my stuff just from people seeing it on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the modern way.
But when we got this space, with the Artwalks here and being big like this, so this is going to be a community wall for everybody in our space, and we'll take turns displaying on that wall. But
That's great.
it's like having our own gallery. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and these amazing walls. How could you not cover them with beautiful art?
I know it's pretty fun. I feel spoiled in here. Yeah.
I love the work. Abstract is definitely one of my favorite like styles of art. I love just seeing what people do with texture and shape and complex to the eye kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I don't know if I have any real plein air stuff here, which I also, especially painting out this summer in the garden and the woods. I love doing that, but it's real interesting. Painting from observation, I'll start out being really faithful to what I'm looking at, and then at a certain point, it's I don't know, something else takes over. There's like I'm sure it's like this way for all artists. There's some boundary between abstraction and realism that really does it for it's uh,
yeah, just tweak it a little bit.
away from me. I mean, I usually just smearing paint. Then things start.
Mm-hmm.
Usually there's.
So we're Kevin.
Definition or
Your
knowable,
audio.
and it kind of dies for me.
What was that, Tabasco?
Well, I was just trying to say the audio is getting a little wonky. I think it would be better if Kay stood still instead because she's in charge of the audio, and Work, you started wandering around to look at the stuff because that would probably help.
Sounds good.
Can do.
But like, so this one, I'll start a lot of times with just smearing paint around, and then I'll start, at some point I start seeing forms in it, and it's like I'm seeing a real place, and I really want to see more of it. But if it starts taking on, I don't know, if it comes too much into focus, the mystery kind of dies, and so
Sure. Mm-hmm.
and so I'll go back the other way.
Makes sense.
I love it. What gorgeous work.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Love the color. I love the shape.
There's one up there that's, no, you're not supposed to walk around.
Sorry, I think I should stay a little closer to you because I have a receiver.
So this is one I'm working on at the moment, and it started out much more amorphous, and then now it's sort of, turning into forms, and I'm already going, oh, I want to kind of break it up. Although then I stuck a figure in there. Sort of a figure. I decided it was me bundled up.
Coming into the dark days of winter. Yeah, that was very different.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like arches.
Yeah.
And that was my only plan going in. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff to do. I went to Moab,
Yeah.
and so these drawings were sort of coming out of that, I think. We started doodling that, and there's sort of a lot of desert feeling things like this. A lot of these I'm still in the middle of, but this is sort of like a desert landscape to me.
So is that drying or burning or
It's just thin oil paint, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, I kind of mess around with different experiments, and so trying to figure out how to go forward in that one.
I love it. Amazing. Where the work happened.
Yeah, I was just smearing paint around on that was left over on the palette while I was waiting for you guys.
Love it. Oh, well, this is great. So your information is up on the screen right now. So
Okay.
I want to reach out to you and find out more about your work. Maybe take some home with them.
Yeah, and
you know, people, they say it's big enough, and as long as we make an appointment ahead of time so I can heads up my neighbors, people do come in here, and it's perfectly okay to, you know, set up a time to come in and see this stuff.
It's not supposed to come see like real life art.
Real life art.
Yeah.
You get the whole cabin and come take a look at his work. It's 200.
All right. Well, thanks so much for having us.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon. But then we'll have to check out more of this. I'm gonna have to actually look at the website for myself.
You are.
Mhm.
You better get that
Mhm.
holiday shopping going, Mark.
Right.
Right?
Oh yeah. Actually, I have something else that let's see.
Secret drawer.
I have a lot of prints of some of these things.
Okay.
Uh, well, should get ready for. These are just proofs here, but anyway, I'm having them done down at Color Labs, and they're on this super high quality watercolor paper, and they just do a great job with the color on them.
That's amazing.
It's like
Beautiful.
Very cool.
it's the slightest bit off, they'll work with me and tweak it and get it, and then it's just perfect color. And
Great.
Amazing.
All sorts of options.
So many.
Oh, I love it so much.
Very cool. All right.
Well, thank you so much. It's
Sure.
a pleasure to meet you. I know I've seen you around, but it's nice to actually meet you.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
See a lot of people here, and especially these days, we don't stop and talk as much.
No.
Eventually.
Well, we'll come back by.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Very cool.
We make our monthly round.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've had that mic back then.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, it's so cool, so beautiful. Oh. I could spend a lot of time just staring at stuff in the studio.
Yep.
That was not met with resistance. I'm happy about that.
So they say.
So they say. Awesome, thank you again.
See you next time. All right.
All right.
Back into the blustery cold, only momentarily. I think it's time for me to crack into one of these Centennial hops.
Yeah, you should open that beer.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see if we can get into the building here.
That is true. It does look
It looks awfully
suspiciously closed.
suspiciously closed indeed. Maybe not. No, suspiciously closed.
Dang it. All right. I can't jump in that window.
No, boy, but I'd like to watch you try.
Maybe after this beer. Is there a shorter window we can try?
No, we can wander down and grab keys. Sorry, everybody. Feel like we should plan for this. I think we had this problem more than
I
once.
see people doing fun things, or at least I see fun colors of fun things.
The wood shop.
Is that the wood shop?
Yep, that's the opposite of the wood shop.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
Oh, to stroll through the rain. At least it's not pouring as much as it was earlier.
Right.
It was absolutely miserable
But,
earlier.
you know, even if it was, I am gearing up for a winter of grilling
Ah, I
and
see.
outside, you know, activities. Because what else can you do if you're going to be stuck at home anyway?
That is
And
very
it's going to
true.
be raining anyway.
That is also very true. I mean, we're Washingtonians. We can handle this.
You got it.
The blue building is locked, Tabasco. We're headed back down to get the key from you.
All right, I'm pulling keys out.
Hopefully not falling into more puddles.
Yeah, we're going to try to avoid any other potential water catastrophes. That was a close one, Mark.
That was a really close one. I'm so glad that I was wearing waterproof boots.
I'm so glad that you went first because I would have gone face down. I think your sense of balance is probably much better than mine is.
Possibly.
Hi, Tabasco.
Hi, everyone.
It's Tabasco, everybody. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to walk back down the street. continue our delightful banter. How's that beer?
So good. It's like,
Yeah.
you can definitely, so it's Centennial hop, so it's not going to be like the boldest, brightest of all the hop flavors. But really good, kind of piney, not so tropical, but it's like a nice mid high bodied drinkable IPA.
You were the right person to ask that question to. I probably would have just said, it's beer. It's delicious.
It's good beer.
Yeah, Counterbalance does a great job.
They absolutely do. This one is one of their more like standard West Coast style IPAs that I've tasted. A lot of their, they've been doing a lot of hazies.
Yes,
And,
they have.
Hazy is traditionally a newer East Coast based, typically paired with kind of a tropical hop build,
Right?
which is delicious. But sometimes you just want like a good,
Sturdy.
beer,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm happy with it.
All right. We have made it back to the Blue Building. Back to Equinox Studios. Dun, 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 dun.
And this, folks, is why we hang out too much.
All right, I'm putting you in my pocket so I can open the door. Hopefully, maybe putting you in my pocket. That is my pocket. Okay.
Is that the World Wide Web, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh boy. Maybe we do hang out too much.
But if we didn't, who would?
That's true. Well said. I never use this key. La 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 la.
I could turn on my phone flashlight, but I think it would kill my
They,
There we go.
video.
Whew,
Amazing.
that was exciting. All right. Okay. All of the things.
And
Whew.
oh, the magic of doing things live and using your phone as a camera. Hey, Kay, all your stuff is upside down. You might need to go to 90 and then go back in order to make it work. Yeah. There you go.
Wait, you didn't like it upside down? It adds another area of whimsy to this whole fun adventure. All right.
all right.
So what books do we have today? Oh, the Agatha Christie. All right. Some quality books. Some edible steel.
Edible.
Says free. Please eat. No. Okay. So we're going to head over and check out, just around the corner, and check out the new stuff that Keith has up on the wall. It's right
Which
there.
wall? This wall. Ah, I see some.
Yeah, so the
Oh,
stuff
that's-
you're looking at there is Lisa from the Firelight Forge.
Fascinating.
I love her work.
Very cool. I really like this anatomical art. I'm going to call it a shield. That is very nice.
Yeah, so she has a whole series that are hearts.
Mm-hmm. I'm noticing.
I love I think I do this every time we come by here, but I love this owl and all of the detail, texture work in it. All right,
Swing in this way.
I'll go down to the other end. So this is Keith Liggett with 2K Metalwork. He has just a whole series of these really, really fun cutout. Ooh, I like the zebra. That's new. Ooh, anybody wants to get me a Christmas present? Would absolutely take that.
Yeah. Probably.
I would go Goose, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Really like some of this new stuff. So Keith can do all sorts of crazy cutouts. If there's something that you specifically need cut out of steel for a sign or a live, laugh, love thing to put over your kitchen sink, you can send that information over to Keith and he can get it all vectorized and can cut out specific images for you. Wow, this caterpillar is so cool.
That caterpillar is amazing.
The caterpillar's wicked. Yeah.
Wow.
I really like this dog with the chili peppers. It's simple, but I like it a lot.
Oh, hey, Tabasco.
Oh, hey, what? What did I do?
It's a saw with chili peppers in it.
Oh.
That's gorgeous too. Wow. Yeah.
And all of this is, it's made out of metal as well. So it's durable and can be placed many places outside of the
Yeah, he cuts stuff out of either steel or aluminum in general, but he might even be able to go beyond that if it's needed. So, but those are two I definitely know he does a lot of.
I bet this goose skeleton, if you hung it out, it's really good with the rock on it.
Oh, yeah. I think Keith's info, yeah, it's up on the screen right now. He's a really fabulous fellow, lots of fun to be around. And he would love to do some work for you, or probably sell you some of these.
This little rose.
That is.
Yeah.
There are also a bunch of ears. I don't really know why, but there are a few of them up here. We're all
Just to
ears.
make sure you're listening.
What?
Just to make sure you're listening.
What? Cool. Well, that was fun.
Where are we going next?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we're going upstairs.
Yeah, we're
So-
gonna go see Anne next.
We'll go see Anne.
And after Anne, we'll see Morgan.
All right. Well, let's go. You can pop up around the alleyway here.
Cute dog picture.
More art. Oh, looks like the ceiling's leaking a little bit. Classic indicator that this old World War II building struggles sometimes. All right, let's see if Anne is ready for us. Woo! Hi!
Hey!
Dang it, though. You know what? My significant other, George, was just on the other Zoom that, and was running out of Zoom time, so I told him I had to end the meeting and I set up a new meeting, and now here you are, so he's gonna miss me.
Oh, no.
Anyway, come in.
Oh, can I turn the audio off on that for a second? Yeah, no worries. Well, apologize to George for us.
Oh, well. Anyway, welcome. My name is Rachel Mass.
Here, I'll give you this mic,
Okay.
and which is consensus, and I will do the walking.
That sounds great. I will do the standing. So will you just let us know your name and what it is you do, roughly?
Okay, yeah, I'm Ann Sweet. This is Studio 68, and I do a lot of digital work, but I also do photography and mixed media. And I have a wide format printer, so I do fine art archival printing for myself and others. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
And I'm a poet on the side.
On the sly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so
what have you been working on? What are you going to show us today?
I have a book of poetry that is ready to be published, and I have a publisher interested in it. And when she realized that I was also an artist, she said, well, why don't you do some illustrations to go with it?
That's great.
For the last several months, I thought the book was ready to go. And then for the last several months, nope, it wasn't ready to go because I've been working on images. So
how exciting.
So I put these up. These are just paper prints of some of the images I've been working on for the book to go with. So it's not going to be like every poem has an image. They're just going to be sort of placed throughout and related to the poems that they're near, but maybe not an exact direct illustration of that poem. So, and the poems, so I did actually reformat the book a little bit after I started this project, and I kept most of my women poems, that sort of tell a female story, kind of, sort of roughly. So all of the images most of the images are women. I'm not putting any men, sorry, in this one because it's kind of that storyline. There's a few other images of, animals or objects, but mostly it's hopefully a female or a woman's story. So
how exciting.
Yeah, so we'll see. And then these aren't in any kind of these are sort of random order right now. They're not in any kind of chronological order, but hopefully I'm just about the point. I think I'm working on the last image right now, and I'm hoping that once I place the images, they'll sort of tell their own story within the larger story. And I'm also hoping, we'll see how this goes, but that the title of each illustration, if you want to call it either the title or caption, will sort of create its own narrative or poem if you were to put all those together. So we'll see. It's got some layers to it.
That's so exciting. What's the name, or do you have a working title for it?
Yeah, so this is the it's called House of Muscle and Bone, and that's the proposed cover. The publisher obviously will have some say in that too, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's what I've been working on. So
you do so much stuff.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
So these are drawings, actual drawings. They are digital drawings. So I did them in a program called Corel Painter, and again, just there's tools like pencils and brushes and different texture tools, but they are actually hand drawn just on the computer. So
amazing.
Yeah.
So excited. What's your projected timeline, or do you let me just phrase that differently, because publishing. What would your ideal timeline be?
Well, hopefully early to mid next year. It kind of the publisher that I'm working with. She's just a small press down in California. It's called Big Yes Press, and she has some other projects that were ahead of mine, and I'd been working on the illustrations for the last few months anyway. So once I get it all put together, hopefully by the end of the year, then I can give it to her for her input, and then it'll kind of depend on what other projects she has in the works. She has a smaller press, and I know she had a couple things she was already working on ahead of me, so we'll see, but maybe early to mid part of next year. So
that's so exciting. I can't wait.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, so great.
Yeah, it was a little daunting at first. I mean, initially it was exciting, and then it was daunting, and then it was, so it's been sort of exciting and daunting all a little bit at,
perfect,
at various times.
That's great. Keeps your blood pressure regulated from excited to doomed, excited to doomed.
Right. So
these are beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
Huh.
Yeah. So they're part of the same project. I just some of them I had room to put up tonight, and those. Yeah. So I have one last one. That's in progress. And then I'm to the point that I can start laying them out within the text of the poems and start that part of the process and see how that goes. So I'm kind of excited to get to that because I'm a graphic artist. So like I really understand that part of putting together a manuscript. So I'll be excited to get to that part of it too.
I bet.
Fit the images with the text of the poems.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Love it. So are you going to be here for December as well?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. And also there's another thing happening at the end of this month that I'll mention. I don't know if anybody else, I haven't had a chance to look and see if anybody else from Equinox is participating, but it's called Artist Sunday. And there's a website, which is artistsunday.com. And it is Sunday, November 29th. And they planned it to be between Black Friday, so the Friday after Thanksgiving, and Cyber Monday, and this is Artist Sunday in between.
Nice.
And encouraging people to buy art on that Sunday.
Yes.
So I'm participating in that, and all of the artists are listed on the website. You can find them by name, by state, by medium. So anybody that's interested in supporting artists and buying art for Christmas, there's your Sunday to do it.
That's a great resource. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we've been trying to encourage people this whole chat, and I'm just in general, like, if you're going to be spending money, let's support our creative community and do that. That support will go a long way.
Right. And I have one other political comment that I want to make.
Yeah.
And I've never been a fan of the whole Black Friday thing. And I'm thinking now, in light of Black Lives Matter, I'm thinking that we should rename Black Friday some.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing that out there to the world and the universe. Be interesting to see if anybody else has the same thought or the same feeling, or if it goes anywhere. But I don't know. Black Friday always seemed kind of negative and kind of a.
Yeah.
And so I think we should do something different with that.
I am in full support of that. I will start thinking about that about 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
So I could do a poem before you walk out.
Yes,
if you have
we'd love
time.
a poem. We'd love a poem.
This is a poem from the book. So this is the image that somewhat relates to this piece. Again, they're not a direct, exact illustration of the poem, but it sort of relates. So this is called First and Pine Encounter. Man on the street stops to tell me I look good. I stare at him, black, bearded. He carries a guitar. There have been others I walked on by. A nod, a comment, a sly glance at white skin edged by short cropped top. The light does not change. Caught on a corner, I hear myself say, "Thank you." Ask, is he from Seattle? Does he play his guitar? Has he been here long? He mouths vague syllables. Spokane, yes, no, not long. Something of his guitar he sees in me. A slim belt hugs my waist. The sun presses hot on black jeans, snug hipped, long, rolled above red sandals. A glare of rare heat sparks his eye. Not the first to ask for my hand, quarters, cash, or cigarettes. You spoke to me, he says. The light changes. My walk hesitates. That is all he asks.
Thank you. Boy, I got chills at that last bit.
So, yeah.
I love it. Amazing. And I'm so excited there's going to be a whole book.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, well, hopefully. So this is my new poetry reading mask.
It's very fetching.
It works very much better than the other cloth mask, but it feels almost guilty, like I don't have anything on. But anyway.
I think you're doing it right, Anne.
Right. So
anyway. Awesome.
That's what happens in Studio 68.
I love it. So Anne's information is on the bottom of the screen if you want to get a hold of her, talk poetry, printing, other types of art making. She's a fabulous individual.
Oh,
and
thank
I'm sure
you.
she'd love to chat with you.
Would love to.
Yeah, so reach out to Anne. She's the best.
All right. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Work and Kay and Tabasco. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
Love you guys.
It's so nice to see everybody, you know?
Yeah, there's a few of us here tonight.
Yeah.
More next month.
We've had a good stroll around so far. One more.
Yeah. Sorry about the key. I was here. I should have run down to open the door, but
It's fine.
I didn't get it together.
We got to listen to Work talk about the depth of flavor of the beer he's drinking. So I feel like everybody won.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, yep, that's right.
We still haven't lost it yet, Work.
Not quite.
We're trying.
Not quite.
Thanks so much, Anne. Bye.
So the next studio is 307, and it is with Morgan Sobel. Yeah,
Right.
you're on your way.
Yes. We are on our way. Hi, Morgan. Hi. Happy rainy night to you too. Oh yeah. Thank you.
That. Amazing. And I will take you up on that counter situation. Boom.
Thank you guys for coming out on a rainy night.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you for being here.
Of course.
You know, we're Seattleites.
It's true. It's true. We got spoiled though. It hasn't been like this in a while.
That's true.
Makes us sad.
It actually just makes us fairly damp.
Damn. Oh, no.
Oh well.
You've been having a fun night walking around everywhere? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I look forward to this every month. Good to get out and see some art and talk to some people.
Yeah, what a rare idea.
I know.
Testing.
Tabasco, can you hear Morgan?
I hear you loud and clear.
Look at that.
Tabasco, thank you for organizing tonight as always.
No, you're very welcome. I'm
Yes,
just
I don't
behind
have
the
like
scenes.
You got a face for radio, buddy.
Oh, nice. I don't have much new to show.
Yeah, will you tell us what you do? Like for folks who haven't piped in before?
I'm an oil painter, and for the last couple of years I wasn't able to do that, but now that I've been back at Equinox here, I've had 4 or 5 months of oil painting nonstop, all day, every day.
That's amazing.
It's a gift to be able to have the time. So
yeah. Yeah, well, walk us through. Show us I mean, even if it's not new, show us what's.
Well, so this was what I was doing before I was able to get back to oil paint. This is colored pencil and gouache and watercolor.
Amazing.
And I love it, but it's a lot of work to get the blending. Where in oil paint, that's what it's made for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a joy to be able to play in this sunset lamp here. Although it doesn't look like a sunset right now.
I know, it took me a minute. I was like, that's a really funky looking. Oh, I get it.
It's a mind meld sunset.
It looks really cool like that, actually.
I love it, and I can see the lines a lot easier in that orientation. Yeah, just I love color, so just getting to really play with saturated color is so great. And oil paint again is made for that. Color pencils, you'll give yourself carpal tunnel very quickly.
Yeah, I bet.
I certainly did. Actually, there is one other new thing, is that Melissa has started to do a little riff with me, so we'll see. Some evolution is happening there. We're gonna. I'm introducing her to oil paint. She's introducing me to her texture building, which is awesome.
That's exciting.
It is. And then other new things. I'm gonna get this guy scanned and have a bunch of happy prints for Star Wars fans for holidays and all that. Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, and then I've been working a ton on this piece.
Woo!
And this one it's just at that stage where it's super sensitive, but there's so much that I still want to do to it to really just emphasize the different flow patterns in there. At a certain point, you'll start to see diamonds everywhere, just as the water is braiding and intersecting. But at other times, it just looks like chaos and noise. And so kind of having that delicate push and pull between, hinting towards the world of sacred geometry, but not outwardly just like stamping, trying to have it be breathing in there.
Yeah.
That's the challenge. And this would be only possible in oil paint, I think. But I also just discovered little edge idea. And,
Ooh.
I'm kind of like faking, I feel like I'm faking if someone did some kind of resin pour. And then you're looking on the side and you're kind of seeing this, just the thickness of the resin, and then you see the painting. That it was trying to simulate that a little bit.
Right.
But what it does is just gives a nice window from whatever color the wall is into this intense color.
Yeah, and it is intense color. No joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bravery right there.
Well, paint is about color as far as I can tell. Although I say a lot
Valid
of
point.
inappropriate things when I'm talking about color.
You can say whatever you want about color.
Well, white waters everything down. How about that?
All right.
You got to have your saturated colors, delicate with the white, and then black is the strongest thing you could ever do to your painting. So
Yeah.
be careful.
If I ever start painting, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, totally. And then these are all things I was doing when I wasn't able to oil paint. Super fun though, but it's so weird how, I don't know if it reads on the camera, but lighting is everything as always. So like what the fluorescents do to these images versus just a little bit of warmth on them starts to really make the colors pop. With oil paint, I don't have to work as hard with lighting, but these are just super delicate pieces. Hopefully it'll be turned into paintings or something someday.
Gorgeous.
And then my brother gave me a Halloween present. A little duct tape, little bit.
That's amazing.
He knows me well. He knows me well.
Great.
And then I'm hoping these are also pieces I'm going to get scanned in soon. And similar, they need the right lighting to really pop. But this one I love, because if you look down at the bottom with your eyes, you kind of get calibrated for the world of the blues. And then as you start to lead this rhythm of the red up, then the gold should just bloom in your mind. So really trusting that if eyes can focus on a mood and then walk through that mood into another, that's can be pretty powerful, I think. So that's the plan there.
The water is crazy. Like, I have a hard time thinking about it.
Oh, and
like all of the different ways that it does, like where the color is. Mind blowing.
Every day, all day.
Well.
No, I mean like the water, like it's.
Oh yeah.
Like this is just a split second of what it's doing.
All the time.
The magic of what it just offers us. I always think of water as the sculptor of the world.
Yes, very true. It absolutely is. Yeah, that's just, ow, makes my brain hurt. Ow. It makes my eyes really pretty and my heart really happy.
Oh, good.
But makes my brain hurt.
Well, hopefully it reaches that point where it just looks effortless and it's just flowing. And you forget about the thousands of hours.
It does look effortless. I mean, it looks, yeah, it's serene. It's peaceful and calm and.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I'm comforted to hear that. It goes through every stage, especially working on like a face or something where it's so intense at certain moments. Like I could never show that to anybody. And then it just reaches a certain moment like, oh, it's friendly now.
It's crazy. That's got to be a nuts process. That is not my skill set at all.
Well, we need to be in the same village because, we don't need to overlap on everything.
Yeah, great. I can, write a mean agenda and drill some holes in steel and,
I heard a rumor about paper mache. I still got to follow up.
That's true. I do know some paper mache skills. That's absolutely true. Good memory.
Indeed. Well, this is my last month here, so I'm waving goodbye to.
Oh, I was just going to ask you if you're going to be here next month.
Sadly, no. I was torn about, is there a possibility to have a big art something when I first got here in the summer, but that quickly became like, just not the time.
Yeah, it's
so
really
I'm going to
not.
be house sitting and have a great space to paint. So
that's
more
great.
to come, and I hope to be back next summer.
That's excellent.
When the world is open.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's been such a delight to get to see your work over the past number of months. I feel really, really blessed to have gotten to see it. And
thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I hope to stay connected with this community because it's just been wonderful here. So Tabasco, thank you again. Sam, Melissa, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have been here. And Anne, whose studio this is, I'm super grateful that it just worked out. That she needed to be somewhere else and I could be here.
It all works out.
I should put a plug in though. This space is available December through, I think, March.
Ah.
So if anyone's listening out there and you looked around and you said, whoa, I could make something in this space. Well, contact Equinox, yeah.
Look at that. You heard it here, folks. Well, awesome. I will just say that, like I said, I'd love to see your work, and I can't wait to see you next summer.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for doing what you do.
And just as a point, Morgan's contact info is currently at the bottom of the page. So if you would like to get prints, and she has a big stack of prints over here. If you're looking for some beautiful color to infuse into your life, reach out to him and toss some support at our art peeps.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Onwards. Have a lovely evening. Oh, and I need to.
I will take the microphone. Yes.
Do you have the? Oh,
I've got the
protocol.
Yep. All set.
All sorted. All right. Well, have a good rest of your night, Morgan. We'll see you later.
Until next time.
For sure.
Did you unplug all the burners? That has a double entendre in my world. All you burners out there, have you unplugged by Morgan?
So,
all right.
Morgan was the last person on our list this evening. So,
all right.
with that, we should do. I threw up on the screen. If you're just interested in helping any of the artists here or helping Sam continue to create studios for artists, you can donate to Equinox Studios. That is a tax-deductible donation. And that will go to help any of the artists that are having troubles paying their rent or anything like that. Just to help keep us all here. Otherwise, working... Okay, do you have any last words?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think it's been a great evening.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Thanks to all the artists.
I love seeing the new people.
Yeah. No, we Kevin.
Yep.
Work, we can't hear you. The mic's too far from your face.
You cannot hear me? Oh, dude. Well, I'm happy to see the new people in the living room and see all the abstract art. That's kind of my favorite. It's been good, you know. It's a rainy night, but people are showing up.
Yeah.
And everything is available to check out and buy for the holidays, and that's super important. And
yeah, and next month is supposed to be our big, huge open house, which we of course can't do, but we are scheming ways to show you art and artists through December. So keep your eyes on the Equinox website page, which, as Sarah mentioned at the beginning, has just been redone, and so we'll be all shiny and sparkly and new. So pop on over there to keep informed about what we're doing for the December event.
Thank you, everyone.
I think that's it. Cheers, everybody.
cheers.
Cheers.
We'll see you in December.